In the video I made about the OnlyFans invasion of TikTok, I suggested that TikTok should create a minors-only app, similar to YouTube Kids, to better protect children from accessing adult content. But in the comments section of that video, I learned something shocking. Even YouTube Kids isn't safe for children. In a world where suggestive content seems to infiltrate every supposedly family-friendly platform, the idea of a dedicated app for kids sounds like the perfect solution. It's meant to create a safe space, free from harmful influences. But what I've come to realize is that this couldn't be further from the truth. Even an app built specifically for children isn't immune to the harmful claws of inappropriate sexualized content. This is the not safe for work invasion of YouTube Kids. Picture this. You're at the grocery store shopping for the weekend with a cart full of groceries. The queue is crawling at a snail's pace and your patience is wearing thin. To make things worse, your toddler starts to get cranky and restless, demanding your attention at a moment when you're completely unable to give it. Toys aren't working, the lullabies you're half whispering are doing nothing, and the TV that might have saved you is miles away at home. It's a scene most parents know all too well, until YouTube entered the picture. Now, all you need to do is pull out your phone and your little one knows exactly what to do. Within seconds, their tiny fingers tap on the bright red YouTube icon, and they're scrolling through videos until they find something colorful and entertaining to watch. In just a few moments, sanity returns as your child is distracted by a bright animated character and cheerful songs. For a while, it seemed like the perfect solution. But then cracks quickly began to show. Mixing adult and kids content on the same platform proved to be a disaster waiting to happen. Kids could stumble on content that was disturbing, inappropriate, or outright harmful, meant for adult eyes only. Parents tried everything, turning off autoplay, using restricted mode, but none of it was enough. Concerns about children's safety on the platform grew louder. In response, YouTube stepped up and introduced YouTube Kids, a platform designed specifically for children, offering a seemingly safer environment. And to be honest, for the most part, it is. YouTube Kids is filled with child-friendly content curated for kids 13 and under. The platform also offers a host of parental control features like screen time limits and the ability to restrict access to the search tools. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, for the most part, the app is great. It does a much better job of protecting minors than TikTok and other social media platforms. But here's the thing. It could be doing a much better job. While YouTube Kids has made strides in creating a safer space for children on the internet, it's far from perfect, and the gaps in its safeguards have existed pretty much since its inception. Just 3 months after the app was launched in 2015, complaints began to surface about the safety of YouTube Kids. The United States Federal Trade Commission received letters from child advocacy groups, the Campaign for a Commercial-Free Childhood, and the Center for Digital Democracy about inappropriate content being uploaded to the platform. All of these clips were found using the YouTube Kids search feature in one day. Imagine how much more they could have found over the course of a week or even months. YouTube responded by appealing to users to flag inappropriate content, and they would remove them. Apparently, some of the processes for content selection for YouTube Kids were automated, so according to them, quote, "It's nearly impossible to have 100% accuracy." Fast forward to 2016, and a bigger, more sinister plot began to unravel. Now, ask any Gen Alpha parent who their children's favorite cartoon characters are, and you'll hear names like Peppa Pig, Bluey, Mickey Mouse, Spider-Man, and of course, the Disney frozen princesses, Anna and Elsa. It's why most children's shows feature people wearing these characters' costumes, and, not surprisingly, children are drawn to content like this. In March 2016, a YouTube channel called Webs and Tiaras surfaced. At first glance, it looked like harmless fun for kids. The videos mostly feature people dressed as characters like Spider-Man and Elsa that kids adore. The channel even claimed to provide compilations of your favorite superheroes and princesses in real life. With no dialogue in the videos, they seemed even more innocent, perfect for parents who might only half listen while their kids watch. But beneath the surface, things weren't as innocent as they seemed. Even the thumbnails raised eyebrows, brightly colored images featuring exaggeratingly long tongues and giant lollipops. Creepy? Definitely. But for those who took a closer look, it was clear that this was just the tip of the iceberg. Adults who watched the videos quickly noticed their bizarre, unsettling nature. It didn't take much digging to see that something was off. Just take a look at this. A drugged Elsa with a fascinated Spider-Man doesn't exactly scream child-friendly content, but that's exactly what this channel was showing, and unsurprisingly, it made its way to YouTube Kids. The videos included scenes of the Joker kidnapping Elsa, Spider-Man and Elsa being injected with oversized syringes, Elsa eating feces, and characters appearing pregnant. None of this content had any business being marketed to children, yet here it was, just a click away. And here's the kicker. Webs and Tiaras wasn't the only channel doing this. Similar content was flooding the platform, exploiting gaps in YouTube's moderation system. But why do these channels do this? The reasons behind this are more calculated and sinister than you can ever imagine. But before we look at that, more channels began to spring up with similarly disturbing content. In March 2017, the BBC published an article about some of these videos, with parents talking about how they stumbled on them. There were scenes about violence, misdemeanor, nudity, and basically nothing children should be interacting with. Finally, the term ElsaGate was coined that year, and more conversations about these bizarre videos began to pop up all over the internet. Channels like Toy Monster, The Superhero's Life, and The Kids Club were highlighted as some of the most culpable in the weird trend. In September, a documentary filmmaker named Matan Uziel sent a report to the FBI on tens of thousands of videos that were far from suitable for children. However, it wasn't until November of that year that his findings were published in a BuzzFeed article. Yes, BuzzFeed. Sure enough, YouTube did a massive crackdown on channels like this, reportedly deleting over 270 accounts and 150,000 videos in a bid to curb the menace. It also removed ads from over 2 million videos and over 50,000 channels posing as family-friendly channels. In addition, it turned off comments on more than 625,000 videos where child predators were found lurking in the comments section. YouTube also modified its general guidelines and reviewed its policies on advertising. But unfortunately, the dark days of inappropriate videos on YouTube Kids are far from over. Kids are naturally drawn to popular video games like Minecraft, Among Us, and Poppy Playtime. And predictably, the creeps have infiltrated that space too. In 2021, a live video was streamed on YouTube featuring a nude female Minecraft avatar opening a gift box with a poop emoji inside. Other violent and disturbing thumbnails targeting Minecraft videos were also found on the platform. While there haven't been reports of this content crossing over to YouTube Kids, it's still worthy of concern. YouTube's automated filtering system isn't foolproof, and it's only a matter of time before something shady slips through the cracks unnoticed. Now, let's talk about the real issue here. Why? Why would anyone deliberately expose kids to content that's clearly inappropriate and unsafe? What's the appeal of luring kids into watching videos filled with violence and sexual innuendos? The simple answer is money. And trust me, it's more calculated than you might think. Of the 50 most subscribed YouTube channels in the world, 10 are primarily kid-related. In fact, a study by Pew Research Center back in 2019 established that videos with children younger than 13 got 3 times as many views as others on YouTube. It also found that videos with silly titles that would appeal to children ranked in the millions of views, even if these kids weren't the primary audience for these videos. A more recent study by CashNet USA ranked children's content as the most profitable in the world, and the reasons are not far-fetched. First off, children are really easy to impress. All you need are bright colors and quirky sounds, at least for the most part. And they'll be glued. It gets even better when you base your content on characters that they're already familiar with from their favorite shows and movies. That's why a channel like Webs and Tiaras pulled in millions of views on one video within just a month of uploading it. I can tell you for sure that no adults were watching that video, and high viewership hints at a common kind of behavior among kids, which brings me to my second reason. Kids enjoy watching videos repeatedly. If you've ever watched a child interact with YouTube videos, it goes either one of two ways. One, they keep swiping and scrolling, going down the rabbit hole to see what new things they can find, or two, they rewatch the same old videos over and over and over and over and over again. So, the logic is simple. Want more views? The kids will give it to you. And the more views you get on YouTube, the more money you make. Because advertisers love family-friendly content, kids' videos are a goldmine for them. And here's why. The best salesperson for a product isn't a flashy commercial. It's a child begging their parents for whatever the item is. Children are incredibly influential when it comes to household spending, and advertisers know this all too well. By targeting videos labeled as family-friendly, companies can market directly to kids, knowing that their requests will often translate into purchases. This creates a perfect storm, where the content farms exploit children's attention spans, algorithms prioritize engagement, and advertisers cash in, all at the expense of what's actually safe or appropriate for young viewers. There's a reason MrBeast's chocolate bar succeeded while his burgers failed. What all of this has created is an entire industry of YouTube Kids content farms whose primary goal is simple: to make as much money as possible. These creators aren't driven by a passion for entertaining or educating children. They're motivated by profit. And if there's one thing that's been consistent since the dawn of the internet, it's this: the edgier your content, the more attention it's going to get. These content farms know that shock value drives clicks, and clicks drive revenue. So they push the boundaries, creating bizarre, inappropriate, or downright disturbing videos, all under the guise of being child-friendly. It's a strategy designed to exploit the algorithm and rake in as many views as possible, regardless of the harm it may cause. And to be honest, these guys are smart. Take Webs and Tiaras, for example. Their decision to make videos without any dialogue wasn't random. It was a calculated move that allowed them to bypass the language barrier on YouTube, meaning their content could reach audiences worldwide without restriction. No words, no translations, no limitations. But they didn't stop there. Their comment sections were another red flag, filled with literal nonsense. At first glance, it might just seem like spam, but it's likely another tactic to avoid detection by YouTube's moderation systems. By creating chaos in the comments, they could drown out any complaints or concerns while keeping their bizarre content flying under the radar. Another theory, however, is that these comments were made by actual kids who just typed unintelligible things as they touched their screens, which isn't that far-fetched if we're being honest. There are other theories about why videos targeted at children like this are being made and uploaded on YouTube. Some say it's creating a hub for pedophiles to live out their warped fantasies. Others say it's a form of grooming happening right before our very eyes. Whatever the case is, it needs to stop. Whether you're a parent or not, we have more than enough reason to be paranoid. But if we'll be honest, there's only so much YouTube can do. I'm not defending the company, I'm merely re-echoing their statement. It's nearly impossible to have 100% accuracy. Remember? So while we keep calling out these creeps and clamoring for YouTube to make its platform safer, we must also be proactive in protecting our kids. They are our future, after all. Look, we all know that many parents are leaving parenting to social media. leaving their kids to be entertained with characters on screens rather than interacting with them in real life. That needs to stop. We must remember what's at stake here. Don't merely leave your kids on their iPads while you scroll away on TikTok too. Check what they're watching and spend time watching it with them. Take advantage of the parental controls you've been given and actually control what comes on your children's screens. If you need to download videos and disconnect their devices from the internet, do it. And even if you don't have kids, your siblings or friends probably do. Protecting the future of our society is the least you can do for them right now. It's not optional. It's our collective responsibility. And please, for the love of all things good, let them watch Miss Rachel instead of CoComelon. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. I see all your comments on the videos, and I can't thank you enough for watching and commenting. But the best thing you can do for us right now is to subscribe and share the video. Until next time, stay safe on the internet.